Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. It's been a long day, but we're going to get a show for you. First, Rex Heuermann. The DNA, well, it's not a match. Celeste Rivas update, you know, the guy, David, that spells his name with a 4. The national kart racing champion has been murdered. If it was up to me, I would kill my brother myself. Want to hop in? A muddy mugshot. We got this day in legal history, our quote of the day, and our dumb criminal. Let's talk about it.
Lawyer.
Good day, everyone. My name is Scott Reisch, and this is Crime Talk. Thanks for joining us. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't. Like if you do. Leave me a comment below and hit that little bell for notifications. All right? Now, before we get to the docket, let me remind you, go to crimetalksearch.com. Everybody has somebody that they want to know something about. Go to crimetalksearch.com and you can find out. You're going to find out if they got criminal histories. You're going to find out if they're married, divorced. Do they have something in their background that maybe they're just not telling you? Go to crimetalksearch.com and you're going to find out. Let me remind you, if you'd like to get some cool swag like these cool keychains here, that's right, look at that bad boy. Go check it out. T-shirts as well. And oh, I forgot to mention the intro because, well, it's been one of those days. The battle box has arrived. We'll do that at the end as well. So let's get to the docket. Let's open the record for Friday, November 7th, 2025. And first on the docket, Rex Heuermann's DNA is not a match. So in a recent development related to the Gilgo Beach serial killers investigations, forensic analysts by the Suffolk County Medical Examiner's Office has determined that DNA evidence collected from the 1994 crime scene of Colleen McNamee does not match that of Rex Heuermann, the primary suspect in the Gilgo Beach murders. This comparison was mandated by a court order following a legal challenge from John Bittroff, who was convicted in 2017 for McNamie's murder, and that of Rita Tangretti, based on partial DNA matches on both scenes. The unidentified male DNA profile from McNamie's case, found on clothing and in the victim's body, prompted Bittroff's attorney to seek a review, arguing it could implicate Heuermann and undermine the convictions. However, the judge denied vacating the verdicts, emphasizing that the evidence did not alter the trial's outcome, and Heuermann, who has pled not guilty to charges involving 7 victims, including Sandra Costia, maintains his innocence, with his legal team noting the results align with prior assessments, excluding Heuermann from Mr. Bittroff's cases. Next on the docket, a quick update on the Celeste Rivas matter. The investigations into the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose dismembered body were discovered in the trunk of a Tesla vehicle at a Los Angeles tow yard on September 8th of this year, continues to yield potential leads linking her final days to singer David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David, spelled with a 4. Now, the vehicle registered to Burke had remained impounded for several weeks prior to the grim find, suggesting Hernandez's death occurred sometime earlier. Now, key artifacts included a Build-A-Bear workshop certificate dated April 21st, 2024, bearing the name of Hernandez's cousin Esmeralda, coinciding with a social media video of Burke at the Six Flags amusement park on the same day. Additionally, a 2023 photograph placed Hernandez in Las Vegas during one of Burke's performances, then when she was just 13 years old. Police from the Los Angeles Police Department have searched Burke's Hollywood Hills residence, though he is cooperating and faces no charges as of yet. We'll give him the presumption of innocence. The medical examiner has deferred ruling on the cause and manner of death, pending toxicology results and further inquiries. No suspects have been identified as of date. Next on the docket, Devyn Michaels case. Prosecutors in Las Vegas have accused former adult film actress Devyn Michaels of first-degree murder in the 2023 decapitation and chemical desecration of her ex-partner, Jonathan Willett, whose headless body was found by his mother in their Henderson, Nevada home. Now, the couple, parents to 2 young daughters, had a tumultuous relationship marked by separations. However, Michaels had secretly wed Willett's son, Devere, Devere, Devire, who was 29 back in 2021, allegedly motivating the killing to pursue a family life with him instead. That's right. Kill your husband so you can marry the stepson. Anyway, trial testimony details how Michaels struck Willett with a wooden object during an altercation, followed by, decapitation, logical next step, right? And application of bleach and ammonia to the remains, causing visible burns. Now, the severed head was reportedly transported to Las Vegas and discarded. Now, initially pleading guilty to second-degree murder for a 15-year sentence, Michaels withdrew the deal in July of 2025, prompting the ongoing proceedings, where obviously graphic evidence has been presented. Her defense counters that the son, the Devyn, acted out of jealousy over reconciliation attempts, while Michaels claims self-defense amid allegations of abuse. Next on the docket, the national kart racing champion has been murdered. You know, the little go-kart looking things where basically every race car driver, this is where they all get their start. So this guy, Tyler Weaver, he was only 25, the acclaimed national kart racing champion from Forest City, North Carolina, was fatally shot multiple times during a deliberate home invasion robbery on October 24th of this year in the presence of his fiancée, unfortunately. Now, Nevaeh Quintero managed to flee the residence and summons police, who later identified the perpetrators as Kitez Watkins and Jaquavius Craig, both career offenders with extensive felony records, and warrants for first-degree murder were issued within 3 days, culminating in Watkins' apprehension by a regional fugitive task force on November 3rd, and Craig's voluntary surrender shortly thereafter. The suspects, who allegedly entered the home armed and fired upon Weaver before escaping, are currently held without bond at the Rutherford County Detention Center as the investigation into the targeted attacks proceeds. Next on the docket, if it was up to me, I would kill my brother myself. So a tragic quadruple homicide followed by suicide unfolded on November 5th in a Bronx public housing apartment where 44-year-old Kasim Stooks is believed to have fatally shot his 75-year-old mother, Teresa, his 26-year-old daughter, Kiana, and Kiana's 33-year-old boyfriend, Andrew Reynoso, before taking his own life. The incident occurred on the 5th floor in the Castle Hill housing complex, mere hours before Stooks was scheduled to appear in court on weapons-related charges stemming from a September 2024 arrest for reckless endangerment and illegal possession. Now, no motive has been established, though family members, including Stooks' sister, Tangier, have described his behavior as influenced by long-standing paranoia exacerbated by prior incarcerations. In interviews, Tangier expressed profound grief and rage, lamenting the loss while condemning her brother's actions as demonic in origin, underscoring the devastating impact on the surviving relatives. Next, want to hop in? So on November 1st of this year, Slidell resident Leslie Smith, a mother of 3, demonstrated remarkable civic initiative by offering her car to a pursuing police sergeant during a shoplifting apprehension, earning formal commendation from local police. Now, the episode began when the suspect, Kelsey Baird, fled a Dillard store, entering a getaway car driven by accomplice Eric Boudreau. Sergeant Jeff Cars, on foot, accepted Smith's impromptu assistance, directing her in the chase while coordinating via radio with reinforcements. This collaboration facilitated the swift and safe detention of both suspects without any further incidents. In recognition of her selfless contribution, the Slidell Police Department presented Smith with the Citizenship Award on November 4th during a ceremony attended by the police chief and the mayor, highlighting the value of the community partnership with law enforcement. Fortunately, everything turned out well. Otherwise, if there had been an accident and the civilian would have been driving, could you imagine the check that the police department would have had to write for whatever the accident was? Fortunately, it turned out. Next on the docket, stressed and pissed about deaths, Travis Clark, a 29-year-old Indiana resident, faces arson charges after confessing to intentionally igniting a fire in his home laundry area back in late September of this year, driven by mounting frustration over substantial credit card indebtedness. Clark surrendered to police on October 27th, admitting he researched ignition methods online and used a butane lighter to damage wiring, aiming to file an insurance claim for financial relief, a tactic he had employed undetected just 3 years prior. Describing the act as a momentary lapse under financial strain, he departed for work immediately after setting the blaze. Following an adjuster's initial assessment, Clark's escalated the damages to bolster his fraudulent submission. Booked into the jail on a $1,000 bond, which he posted for his release, Clark awaits a February 2nd, 2026 court appearance, serving as a cautionary tale example of perils of desperation-fueled criminality. Next, how about a muddy mugshot? Police in Geneseo, Illinois, arrested 26-year-old Kaylee Gottschitz of Davenport, Iowa, on burglary charges after extracting her from the concealed space within a local business's interior walls on November 5th, following reports of some suspicious noises in the building. Business owner alerts prompted initial police response, which yielded no initial results. A subsequent call led officers to communicate verbally to Gotch, who confirmed her hiding spot amid apparent accomplices who escaped undetected. Fire department personnel safely removed her, revealing a disheveled appearance marked by dirt and debris across her face and attire from the confined evasive attempts. Now, Gotch, who's been apprehended 3 days earlier for driving with a suspended license, now faces additional counts of property damage and criminal trespass, with investigations ongoing into potential thefts and the role of her fleeing associates. Next on the docket, this day in legal history, November 7th, 1932, the United States Supreme Court in Powell v. Alabama reverses the convictions of the Scottsboro Boys, ruling the state must provide effective counsel in capital cases under the 14th Amendment, advancing due process incorporation for indigent defendants. So remember that. Back in 1932, the state said you got to provide death penalty effective counsel. If, the state's going to kill you, seems fair. Obviously, applying that to the states under the 14th Amendment. It wasn't until early 1961, I believe, where you finally got an attorney if you were incarcerated and indigent. So, takes time, ladies and gentlemen. It's a process. You got to go through it. Next, our quote of the day. If things are going to change, something has got to change. Let that one sink in. And finally, our dumb criminal of the day. A Florida man's morning ritual goes terribly, chewably awry. All right. In a twist that could only unfold in the Sunshine State, a gentleman named Dolbert Albert, who was age 40 and apparently a connoisseur of both restrooms and revenge, transformed a routine 7-Eleven pit stop into a scene from a low-budget biohazard flick. Police allege he entered the Pinellas Park outpost at 8:30 a.m., not for the usual slushy or lottery combo, but explicitly to utilize the restroom. One can only imagine the luxury he anticipated, perhaps a monogram towel or mood lighting, only to discover the cruel betrayal. No toilet paper in sight. What followed was a verbal skirmish with the unfortunate clerk, Miss Sultana, escalating faster than a caffeine crash, and per the criminal complaint, words flew, tempers flared, and then behold the security footage. Albert, in a moment of inspired improvisation, excavated a substantial gob of chewing tobacco from his maw and hurled it squarely at Sultan's face. It's the kind of projectile weaponry that makes you wonder if he's auditioning for a role in Mad Max. Furry Chew. Anyway, responding officers arrived to find Sultana sporting what can only be described as a facial accessory of dubious origin, flecks of the perpetrator's saliva and chew residue adorning her features, and the attire alike unwanted confetti at a very bad party. Albert now faces misdemeanor battery charge a brief stint in the county lockup, and an early morning release courtesy of a $1,000 bond, presumably posted with the funds not derived from his colorful history of bounced checks, weed woes, sticky finger thefts, revoked license joyrides, and the timeless classic of careless driving. Court records paint Albert as a man who collects more infractions than frequent flyer miles. But yesterday's escapade takes the cake. A stark reminder, in the wild world of retail, the real monsters aren't under the bed. No, they're out there lurking in the loo, armed with a dip and, well, a little bit of disappointment. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. But like we do every month, it's time for the battle box. As you can see, it is still sealed up. I have no idea what's in it. This is not a paid promotion, but we get this. We've been getting it for years now. You never know what you're going to get. Usually there's something sharp in there. Fortunately, here at Crime Talk, we have our own K-bar ready and able when we need it to open up the battle box. Oh, there's more tape here, more tape here. Ooh, and what do we see today? It's something very skinny and large, but let's take a look. Ooh, it looks like lots of things. So we got some Black Rock leather enricher. Okay. What does this say? Gear takes a beating and leather takes it harder than most. Boots, belts, packs, sheaths, saddles, they all dry, crack, and fade in. Don't show them. So some sort of leather stuff. We like that, right? Let's see here. What is this? This is a prepared hero defense alarm. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Oh, I wonder if it works. Are you excited, Frank? Do you think it's going to be loud? Think it's going to be noisy? Oh, like everything, it comes with a charger, because what doesn't have a charger? Let's see if we push it. Okay, it's got that. Oh, it's got a little flashing light. Something must make it go boom. Go. Personal security alarm cranks out 130 decibels of pure deterrence, loud enough to stop attackers in their tracks. You know, we used to promote one of those. Remember that, Frank? They used to, and I would let it go off. I'm not sure how we do that without making it go off really loud and scaring everybody here on a Friday afternoon. But we'll figure that out. Maybe we'll show it to you on Monday. Let's see what else we've got. It's the Williams Key Standard, soft entry, hard advantage. Okay, this is from the firefighters and a carpenter. The Williams key is a trusted tool for quick, low damage entry, works on inward and outward swinging doors, security gates, and more, all the while next to nothing. Not a pry bar, but a precision soft entry. Ooh, so apparently you slide it in there and you can wiggle doors open, because you never know when you need to do that, I guess. Haven't had to do it just yet. Let's see here. Oh, now we're into the advance box. This looks like you never know. You may need this. This is what I love about the battle box. Sharp objects, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. This is a big old bad professional pull stroke saw. Yeah, look at this. You can like just... We'd be chopping down trees with this. Look at that. And it comes with a little pruning saw as well. Look at that, because you never know when you may need to prune something if you're not just hacking down the tree. Look at that. And this is a something sharp kind of day. Even comes with its own case. Look at that. I think I have it on the right way. Let's do it that way. It works. There you go, because you don't want to cut yourself. Next, what do we have here? Do we have here? Ooh, it's a more knives. Another knife. Take a look at this. I need to get better at this if we're ever going to be on QVC, right? Looks like it's a Fox Vulpes 5-blade multi-tool. Look at that. That's very cool. It's like a little Swiss Army knife, but with not as many things. That's very cool. Add that to the knife drawer at home, no doubt. Very cool. Let's see what else. We got one more sharp object here. It looks nice. Let's take a look. This is a Tactica 400, built for the hunt, ready for more. It's all business. It's a drop point D2 steel blade with black finish, corrosive resistant. ergonomic G10 handle keeps it locked to your hand no matter what the mess. Another knife. Because you can never have enough knives, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that. That's all we got for you today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Crime Talk. Enjoy the weekend. And remember, the Constitution matters.